Stream. Live stream. Hell yeah, brother. We back in it. What's good, my guys? How we doing?
Yes. Good.
Excellent.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, probably because you haven't, sir. You abandoned us last week in the middle of my panic attack, bro.
I know. I'm sorry. But it all worked out. Worked out.
That's true. Mm-hmm. All right, boys. I got a question for you to start.
Okay.
When's the last time your team won a World Series?
Oh, man.
I fucking knew it.
Woo, baby. What's good? You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean, dude?
You know what you mean.
Doing it, bro.
Yeah, it's been a few years for us.
Yeah, only like 10, and only the most traumatizing time of my life, but it's okay. It's all over with now. I got that
but
monkey
Tone
off
and
my
I,
back.
we're not contributors to that.
This is true.
Traumatization?
Yes. Yo,
Okay.
I just realized I'm wearing a black shirt in front of my black screen. If I threw a background up right now, I'd look like a fucking heathen, bro. It would be my whole ass
There's
body.
time.
Unreal.
You
All right.
it.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to start the intro now, though, and then we'll do the show afterwards, huh?
Okay.
All right.
You're listening to the Upper Decker Podcast.
It did nothing. Dang it. All right, whatever. I tried my damnedest. Welcome back. It's episode 88 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I'm your boy, Ty.
I'm your boy, Tone.
And I'm your boy, Dan.
And all three boys are back in town. What are we doing, guys?
Literally back in town again.
Love it. I love it. I love it. The season has ended. My team won the last game of the season for the first time in my conscious life. And I'll tell you what, boys, I'm just going to kick back and let y'all do the show, and I'm just going to watch.
Okay.
I feel too damn good. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I don't want to
That's
ruin.
really fair.
I can't ruin this, man. I'm just going to fucking, gonna kick it. Oh, get that leg up like we did on 69, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Speaking of, are you not wearing pants?
No, I got them on.
Oh, okay.
They're just
Oh,
little,
there
little
we
baby
go. There we
boys.
go.
Little baby boys.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, I'll do my part, I guess. Number 88, I picked Albert Bell for this episode. I love me some Albert Bell. Let's just ignore everything that he did post-playing career because it's not great. So just don't even look it up, and we're not going to talk about it. Cool?
Okay.
Bet. All
Whatever
right.
you say.
So Albert, Tone, will you look up the pronunciation on his middle name for me? Because I don't want to butcher this. It's J-O... Joan? Is that it?
Look, it looks like Joanne.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. Jojuan. It could be Hoan, Joan, Hojan,
Definitely Joanne.
Hojuan, dude. I don't know, man.
And his name was Joey, so obviously it's Joanne.
Is this racist?
What?
Saying Joanne?
We're trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
Anyway, so he also played under the name Joey, as Dan alluded to. At age 28, he became the first and only player in MLB history to hit 50 doubles and 50 home runs in a season.
Nice.
Has not been done since, obviously. Let's just kind of look at that 1995 season when he did it.
Hey, speaking of looking at things, get that Albert Bell pick up there, dude.
Ooh, I forgot you did this. Look at that, boy. Look at that mean daddy.
Angry.
Jesus. Do you think he just broke it just like that? You think he just...
I think so. No knee, just...
Yeah.
Exactly what it
Just
looks like.
got
It did.
after it. Ask Fernando Vina, dude. He'll probably know how strong that guy is, right? In 1995, Albert Joey Bell, he slashed 317, 401 with a league-leading 690 slugging. Comes out to be a 1.091 OPS for the season. Pretty dang good. That was the year that he hit 50 home runs and 52 doubles, which, by the way, both led the league. He also led the league in runs and RBIs with 121 and 126. So one can
a hell of a
say
year.
he was pretty good when he was playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
the season before that, in 1994, this is just a funny story. Albert Bell was caught using a corked bat, and he sent his teammate, relief pitcher Jason Grimsley, through the ceiling panels to break into the umpire's dressing room and retrieve the bat so that they could not send it off to MLB and he could not be punished for it.
I remember hearing about that story.
Yeah, that was all Al, dude. He was the one that done did it.
You know, it's crazy. He didn't even win the freaking MVP that year.
Yeah, I don't think
he should have, by the way.
It was super close.
Okay.
But yeah, he didn't win.
Did he ever?
I don't know that answer.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he did either.
He finished second once. He finished third 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
I'll pull it up here in a second. But I looked up the year he finished second. He was runner up.
Yeah, it's to Mo Vaughn.
He crushed Mo Vaughn in pretty much every stat category.
Unreal.
Yeah, in 4 fewer at bats, he's got more runs, more hits, more home runs, the same amount of RBIs, 11-5 in stolen bases, so less stolen bases, more walks, and half the strikeouts. And his slash line was better all the way across the board.
Wow.
I think his WAR was 10-7 or something like that.
That's insane. Wow. And there were 8 points. It was 308 to 300 for the two of them. So it was super close, but wow.
I think we'll get into it, but I think that voting was a little skewed just by the fact that people didn't really like the man, Albert.
Yeah, probably.
So 1994 was when he used the cork bat, had his teammate go get it. 1995 is when he hit 50 and 50. 1996, he signed probably one of the weirdest deals I've ever heard. I didn't know this was a thing. So he became the highest paid player. That one always trips me up in the game with a 5-year, $55 million deal. Not the strange part, no big deal. The strange part is if he didn't remain top 3 in salary, he was allowed to opt out and become a free agent so that he could sign a new contract and become top 3 again or whatever.
That's awesome.
So there's a little ego happening here.
A little ego. He's like, man, if I'm not top 3, I'm just going to go do it again.
Hey, whatever, man. They agreed to it, so get your money, boo-boo.
Right. In addition to that 5-year 55, he was also the first $10 million per year player thanks to that, that whole deal. But speaking of the opt-out, he opted out after 1998, became a free agent because, everything was booming, the steroid era, salaries were going up. He fell out of that top 3, so he exercised the option, was like, hey, bro, I'm a free agent. Somebody signed me to more money stuffs. So he signed another big deal with Baltimore, 5 years, $65 million, but was pretty much injured his entire stay in Baltimore.
Yeah.
He was actually forced to retire at age 33 due to a degenerative osteoarthritis in his hip. Played a total of 302 games of that 5-year deal with Baltimore. So I don't think they really got their money out of it, but they also had to keep him on the 40-man roster the entire time so they could get the insurance out on him and save as much money on that contract as possible. So not only did they have to pay him this money, they had to keep him on the rosters just so the insurance would give some kind of, rebuttal for his hip or whatever.
Yeah.
So many players and, people who look back at it now, they all say if we're just looking at Albert Bell's stats, he's Hall of Fame worthy for sure. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Tone was even like, bro, he's not. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
So especially with his shortened career, they say that he's Hall of Fame worthy, but his attitude is what keeps him out. His teammates.
The short career doesn't help. I didn't realize how short his career was.
Very short, yeah.
12 years, yeah.
12 years, in the first 2 years, he didn't really play much.
He played 71 games, yeah.
He basically had 10 full
10 years, yeah.
Yeah. So his attitude, they said, is what keeps him out. His teammates loved him, and they had nothing bad to say about the guy, which I thought was wild because, it's Albert Bell. In my head, he's a controversial type guy.
Right.
But everybody was just like, no, he's just super competitive, and this is what he wants to do. And, when he comes to the field, he puts his head down, he goes to work, he goes home, and whatever. He just doesn't talk to us a lot, which is fine. I mean, if that's how he conducts his game, that's how he conducts his game.
Right.
And a lot of the reporters couldn't stand the guy because he wouldn't stick around to talk, and when he did talk, he wasn't polite about shit. So basically, the Baseball Writers Association of America just kind of snuffed him out of the whole Hall of Fame talks. So,
Shocker. I've
right.
never done that before.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, BBWAA.
It's crazy. His 94 season was just as good as his 95, but because it was strike shortened,
Right.
the raw numbers aren't as impressive. But
Exactly.
he was on pace for basically the exact same season, and he had higher slugging that year.
Yeah, I was reading up on that, and a lot of people were like, yo, if that season would have kept going and he kept up at that pace, it would have been better than his 95 season. So the fact that he came back and did 95 after the strike, they were like, okay, shit, this guy's the real fucking deal. Let's pay him some money.
The real deal.
Yes, sir. That is enough on Albert Bell. Let's talk some birthdays, Tone. What do you got for me, my guy?
To say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. It's not my birthday too, but we do have some birthdays this week.
Hell yeah.
Hot uni alert.
Ooh,
Those are sick.
Yeah, still my favorite of the city edition or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers is 24 years old. We just found out a few minutes ago that he's a Rookie of the Year finalist.
Good job. Good job, Trevor.
Good for him. So he'll be in that conversation. Don't know that he's going to win it because he did take some time off, but
nah, it'll be Jonathan India. We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
It will. Trevor Rogers was the number 13 overall pick by Miami in 2017. Like I said, super good this year before he got hurt and then missed some time for family reasons. He essentially missed all of August. So that hurts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But still made 25 starts this year, finished with a 2.64 ERA, 2.55 FIP, and a 1.15 WHIP. Great numbers.
Good season, my guy. Good season.
Good season. Next birthday, speaking of corked bats, it is Slamming Sammy Sosa.
Fucking love Sammy Sosa.
I love Sammy. He's 53 this week. He is an MVP, 6-time Silver Slugger, a 7-time All-Star. He's also a home run derby champ. Finished his career with over 600 home runs. He sits 9th all-time on that list. This is very interesting here. He's the only player in the top 10 for home runs that had less than 10,000 plate appearances. So he had a great home runs per nine rate. Great rates. Speaking of a great rate, a little off subject here, but Sosa's friend / home run rival, Mark McGwire, you guys heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him before.
I think so.
So he
Should
hit
ask Danny Lutz if he's heard of him.
Yeah, that's Danny's friend. Yeah.
So McGwire hit 583, which was 11th all time in just 7,660 plate appearances.
That's crazy.
So the next player down on the list, if you're looking at plate appearances, if you start with McGwire at 11, 7,660, the next player down that had that amount of plate appearances or less was Dave Kingman at 43rd all time.
Unreal, bro.
So McGwire had more home runs than all the players from 12th to 42nd place in less time, less plate appearances.
That's crazy.
It was a
pretty
freak.
Crazy. So, and you get down to Kingman's 7,429 plate appearances. Kingman only hit 442 home runs, so almost the same plate appearances. McGwire hit 140 more home runs. But anyways, back to Sosa. I just thought that was so amazing about Mark McGwire that I had to share.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so we're talking about his home run rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rattle off some records that he holds. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Quickest nationally player to 300 home runs. Quickest nationally player to 400 home runs. Quickest nationally player to 500 home runs. He has the record for home runs in 1 month with 20. He has the record for home runs in a 5-year span, in a 6-year span, in a 7-year span, in an 8-year span, in a 9-year span, in a 10-year span. He also holds the record. Holds the record for the most ballparks in which he's hit a home run, which is 45 ballparks.
Jesus.
What? 150% of the major league teams he's hitting home runs against.
He holds the record for the most seasons with 60 or more, and he's tied for the lead for the most seasons with 50 or more with Babe Ruth and Mark McGwire.
Wow, dude.
That's insane.
Let's just go ahead and keep this man out of the Hall of Fame too.
Right.
Why not?
Why not?
Right.
He has no story to tell. Don't worry about what
That's my thing, man. He's got a story to tell.
That's all the Hall of Fame is. Like, I know that that's the crown jewel and like whatever, but it tells baseball's story. So like, how can you tell the story of baseball without the late 90s, early 2000s steroid era? You can't keep a guy like Sammy Sosa or Mark McGwire or Roger Clemens. You can't keep those guys out. It's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This is a fun fact, kind of weird. He did not hit his first grand slam until his 247th career home run.
Oh, wow.
And then he hit his second one the next day.
He's like, hey, man, that's fun. Let's do it again. What do you think?
Monkey off my back. Let's go.
Right. So you guys kind of remember his bad blood with the Cubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun fact number 2, by the way. So Sosa hit his 600th home run with the Rangers. And of course, it came against the Cubs. And it was off Jason Marquis, who was wearing number 21, Sosa's number.
Oh, my God.
Kind of
That's
cool.
awesome.
And then fun fact number 3, not so fun for him, but he is the only player in Major League Baseball history to earn the platinum sombrero 4 different times. That's 5 strikeouts in a game, 4 different times.
You swing and you miss sometimes. You know what I say?
Yeah, he did do that a lot.
Woof.
But he also hit a bunch of bombs.
Oh yeah, I mean he led the league in strikeouts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 times. Not terrible, not terrible.
Okay,
Yeah.
Worse. But also 2 of those 3 times he led the league in strikeouts. He led the league in total bases. So
Right.
Okay, you allow that.
yeah, I'll take
We'll give
it,
or
bro.
take there, right?
He still batted 288, 308, and 251 with 171, 171, and 174 strikeouts. He's fine.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Unreal, man. Absolutely unreal. All right, boys. Last birthday and your Tony Tones dope name of the day
Hey,
is the only Nolan.
I beg to differ. my
I
friend.
will also argue this one. I think there's more than one Nolan.
Not according to him.
Hmm.
So the only Nolan would be 166 years old this week.
Whoa, my God, that's big old, dude.
Edward Sylvester Nolan. So you remember him as the pitcher, outfielder, and third baseman that played for legendary organizations like the Indianapolis Blues, the Philadelphia Quakers, and the Wilmington Quicksteps.
Listen,
Yeah, okay.
the Wilmington Quicksteps is
Oh, I played for the Wilmington Quicksteps.
that's the jam, dude.
Yeah.
I want like a kickball team, and we're gonna name them the Wilmington Quicksteps.
The quick
Right?
steps.
That's
Hell yeah.
so sick.
He pitched in 79 games. He started 78 of them, and 74 were complete games.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Only one shutout, but still pretty
Probably,
impressive.
probably why I only pitched 79 games.
Right. Yeah. You had no
Well-
other pitchers back then. They were like, yeah, get it.
This is interesting, though. Okay.
All right.
He had a career 2.98 ERA, but
Okay.
somehow had a terrible 23-52 record.
Woof.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is he had the Jacob deGrom problem where his team couldn't score runs when he was pitching.
I guess
Right.
so. Yeah. So we're this is why I love the only Nolan. He was suspended twice in the 1878 season.
You love
Once for visiting a whorehouse
My man.
instead of visiting his brother, like he told the team.
Wow.
So he was blacklisted from the league and didn't appear in pro baseball again for 3 years when he got an opportunity with the Cleveland Blues. However, then he got caught up in another lie. He told the team he was going to a funeral, but actually went out drinking.
I love this man.
So he got kicked off that team too.
I would have partied with this guy. He can be the only Nolan. I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
So he didn't play for 2 more years. And then he hopped on with the Pittsburgh Alleghenies, and he lost all 7 games he pitched. Then he got fined $10 for something unknown. There's no reference of it or record of it. So he got upset about getting the fine. So he went out on a drinking spree and put the whole thing on the team's tab. So then he got fined $100, which is about $2,700 in today's money, and they suspended him the rest of the season.
That's the only
Yeah.
Nolan, my guy.
Yeah, I like this guy a lot.
So he's suspended the rest of the season. So he leaves the team to go run a saloon, which obviously, right?
Right.
Like, what else is he gonna do? But then he was recruited by a newly formed team, the aforementioned Wilmington Quick Steps. Okay.
Quick step.
So during one day game in Boston, Nolan caused the opposing outfielder to drop a catch by yelling, "Look out for the fence!" when there was no fence nearby at all.
Classic. Got him.
So he got fined $10 for that, but then mouthed off to the umpire, so it got bumped up to $150.
Jesus.
His 1883 Pittsburgh team was labeled as the hardest drinking team of all time, and featured fellow dope namer Buttercup Dickerson.
God, so sick, bro. Buttercup Dickerson and the only Nolan out here just getting after it.
Pretty cool stuff, man.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorites in quite some time.
I knew we were taking a
Favorite
break.
story. Yes.
Well, we haven't talked about that, but we've talked about we're gonna take a little break for a few weeks during the
Right.
off season here. I wanted to go out with a bang.
And that we did.
Yeah, I mean, so did the only Nolan. That's what got him kicked off the first team, my guy.
Right.
He walked into a whorehouse just for a big old bang. And
He
they
looks
were
like he's 7, though.
He definitely looks like, yeah. He
Looks
should
like a
be-
little guy.
Right. He shouldn't be going to whorehouses. The only Nolan. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
He
but
walked-
he probably was 13 in this picture, just knowing how old people
Yeah.
looked back in the
Dude,
day.
that's true. No
But he was
shit.
probably like 5'3".
He's listed here as 5'8", 171 pounds. Born in Trenton, Canada. He died at 57 because that's what you did back in those times.
Right.
So,
That was the
I
thing
mean,
to do.
yeah.
Liver failure.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to mention the fact that his organs shut down completely. But,
Right.
the only Nolan, dude. You know that he walked in that whorehouse, too, and he was like, "Guess who's here, baby?" And they were like, "Who?" And he's like, "The only Nolan was good."
Oh, I love it.
Unreal, my dudes.
I love it.
Tone, you got a little birthday picture or no?
Oh, I do have a birthday picture. I always forget about my birthday picture.
I do too.
Man,
until right now I do.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Look at him. Look at him
It's
go.
Sammy.
In the cowboy hat, bro. I'm dead. That's too funny, my guy. Too funny. I mean, at least the only Nolan's like sitting upright at that table. You know what I mean?
Probably not for
I mean,
long.
that cup's not though, right in front of him. So
Oh, that's true, dude. He's toast. He's done for.
Mm.
Look out, Trevor. He spiked that Kool-Aid pitcher, my guy. Oh, right. Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about this real quick. How's about we sign up to be a monthly contributor? Not me, not Dan, not Tone. You guys. You do it for us.
yeah, you do.
Head on over to anchor.fm/upperdecker-pod/support. You can donate 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. All of that literally goes straight to the show. Everything that we get from that, though, goes right back into production and equipment and merchandise and Tone's grooming bills to keep that mustache looking so right. So we appreciate you guys that are signed up for that, but it would be pretty much the most amazing thing ever if more of y'all did it. Tell your friends to go sign up for it. It's great. Give us $1. No big deal. If you cannot commit to a monthly say it for me.
Contribution.
Thank you.
There it is.
If you cannot commit to that, head on over to PayPal. You can do a one-time donation. That is paypal.me/upperdeckerpod. You can send over any amount of denomination there. We will accept all of it. Literally whatever you want. We will put that right in our pockets.
You're on a roll. Keep going.
You like it? Okay. $20 or more can get you an advertisement or a message on the show, or it can make me do some dumb shit. I will wear a shirt of your choosing, whatever, dude. I'll wear a dress. I don't care. $20. Let's do it. Head on over to paypal.me/upperdeckerpod. Woo! I feel good, boys. I feel good.
You sounded good. Hey, while you're feeling good, you want to go ahead and take it on in the wheelhouse?
You want me to do it?
I do. Obviously, we want you to do
Woo!
it.
Wheelhouse, baby. Atlanta Braves win the 2021 World Series. Let's see. We got a picture? We got a picture! Oh, man, what a time. I think my heart stopped 6, 7, 12, 16 times probably. But they done did it, man. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, I'm happy they did it. They had a hell of a postseason, and I couldn't be more happy that they beat the Astros.
I know, man. For once in my life, I feel like the majority of baseball fans were on my side. It's never been like that, bro. Like, ever, my guy. It was just cool, man. I read up on a bunch of stuff about them, this whole playoff, whatever the shit, just crazy wild run that they had. So they were the least winningest team to make it into the playoffs this year. And they knocked off the 106 win Dodgers, I believe.
106, I believe.
106, the 95 win Brewers, and the 95 win Astros. And it's only the second time in history that a team has knocked off 3 95-plus win teams in the playoffs.
I like it.
Who's the other team?
St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes. What year?
2011.
Absolutely. They pulled a 2011 Cardinals, and this shit, it's just destiny, bro. It had to happen. I feel so good about it. The Braves won 4-2 total over the Houston Astros. They only outscored them 25-20, so there were a couple tight games in there, aside from, I believe, the second game and the final game, where the final game was 7-0. The big thing was the Braves out-homered Houston 11-2. The Braves pitching staff kept that lineup in the park, aside from Jose Altuve. Altuve was the only guy that had a home run. He had both of those.
Right.
Everybody else on the team had zilch.
That's amazing.
It
is
literally
incredible.
insane. It is crazy.
Jordan, Bregman, Correa, that's unbelievable.
Kept the entire team in the park except for Jose.
Yep.
Unreal. Speaking of keeping him in the park, Max Fried came out Game 6 with a vengeance. That man was ready to go.
Yeah.
His last 2 games, he kind of got roughed up a little bit. Came out and started Game 6, the clinching game, and nearly broke his fucking leg at first base. We're going to talk about that because I was scared shitless. He was covering first base. Michael Brantley just stomped him out. I'll say what it is. Straight stomped his ankle out. Thought he broke it. I was nervous. I almost threw up a couple times. But he came back through 6 shutout innings after that. He actually escaped that first inning. There were people on first and second with no outs and escaped that inning with 0 damage. So
unreal.
Just kept going with it. Just left it all out there. Lucas Giolito, Jack Flaherty were in the stands. His high school teammates. That shit was the coolest thing ever.
It was just pumping him, dude. It was so cool to watch.
Yeah, and just so hype. You could tell that he was just feeling it too. Walking off all the strikes, striking people out, looking and shit, and he just knew. He knew the whole time.
Right.
It was unbelievable. And of course, you see Freddie there in the middle just losing it, having a great time, just having all of the fun possible.
So happy for him.
So happy.
Speaking of celebrating, did you guys see Tyler Matzik
yes.
get almost arrested?
Yeah.
No.
On the parade.
On the parade, he was running around outside of the bus. There was he was running around and he was there's a barrier where the fans have to stay behind, and he was on the player side of the barrier, just running around with a beer in his hand, and this cop ran up and grabbed him by his jersey was unbuttoned. Cop grabbed him by his jersey and yanked him in and was like, "You can't be here, you can't be here." And then they ended up carding him.
He was like, "Bro, I'm fucking Tyler Matzik, my guy. I just won you a championship, bro."
Right.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
The last thing I want to talk about that, did you guys see the wild, cool, crazy, coincidental facts with the number 44 for this season?
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, but go into it because it was awesome.
Okay, so the Braves won 44 games in the first half of the season, 44 games in the second half of the season, ended up with the 88 total wins.
Right.
Kind of cool, no big deal. Braves were also 44-44 when Acuna went down for the season. Insane. And they won the World Series in the 44th week of the year. The year that Hank Aaron, number 44, passed. So it's kind of, a little Destiny type shit.
Yeah, I love stories like that because it's just always like, I don't know, it's like it's meant to be type of shit, and it's so
Right.
cool.
Exactly. I mean, it may be coincidental shit, but at the same time, it happened, and it's something that we can talk about, and it's so cool.
Yep.
Right.
Very much so.
So excited. I love the Braves. I'm so happy, boys. Okay.
I'm happy for you, man. I really am.
Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
same, dude.
That's-
Especially, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Freddie, right? Because I
Yeah.
needed him to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And I am super happy for Ron in Washington.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, my boy. Oh, he's been through it all. My guy.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. Yeah, I'm a whole new man, dude. I don't even care anymore. Life is good. All right, what else we got, fellas? What we talk about here?
Well, Mr. Buster Posey has announced his retirement.
Sad.
Safe to say
Yeah.
it was kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I thought he had a couple more years. He's what, 35?
34.
34, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 34 years old. Lots of accolades. Rookie of the Year, MVP, 7-time All-Star, 3-time World Series winner, 4 Silver Sluggers, a Gold Glove. Probably would have had more if it wasn't for Yadier Molina.
Mhm.
Sure. He's a hell of a defensive catcher.
Yes, batting title, all with the Giants. What do you guys think? Like, where does he rank? Like, maybe like catchers of our generation, or you could do all-time catchers, but it's hard to compare him to some of like the old guys.
I throw him up as 2 of our generation,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got I feel like Pudge is like the previous generation.
I agree. Pudge, Piazza, and Posada.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think this is I think it goes like Yachty, Buster, Salvi, Contreras, even, I think, after that. So,
Yeah, Real Muto or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
So I would have included like Pudge and Piazza in this generation, but still, I mean,
Sure.
splitting hairs a little bit at that one, but yeah, I could hear arguments for 1 or 2. I mean, obviously I'm a little bit biased towards Yachty, but even hearing you say Yachty number 1 kind of validates it a little bit for me, but
Right.
yeah, he's right there. He's like,
I forget who I was talking to the other day, but I said everything that both Yachty and Buster are great, I think, at everything, but the things that Yachty is better at, Buster picks up on like the offensive side. Buster is better offensively in comparison to Yachty being better defensively. So they pretty much the same player in my mind, but Yachty's defensive accolades are like so much higher. They're not even like that much higher, but they're higher than the offset of Buster's offensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So the big argument, I don't know, not argument, debate right now is whether or not Posey's a Hall of Famer. Do you have a strong opinion either way, or?
Bro, going back to the original thing, like it's hard to tell a story of baseball without a guy like Buster Posey. You know, so
for me, it's the 3 rings.
Exactly. I was just going to say, dude, he could have retired after his first 7 years and still had consideration. Like 3 rings, probably 4 or 5 All-Stars, Rookie of the Year, and an MVP in 7 years. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
It's just that shortened career is a big thing for people.
So I agree with you a lot on like him and Yachty are very like intertwined. And so for me, like I believe that Yachty is a no doubt about it Hall of Famer. So if I say that, I feel like I have to say that Buster Posey is also a Hall of Famer. So I will advocate for his Hall of Fame candidacy for sure.
What about Yachty's 8 extra years on Buster? You know, that's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks to Yachty's longevity. Like he's a freak of nature,
Right?
That he's able to go back there and catch for 145 games every single year.
Guys, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
What?
I'm stuck.
Oh no!
I'm feeling like Posey out here, dude. My knees are giving out. My God.
There you go.
Oof. All right.
And the fact that he's got 7 less years than Yachty, and he has a higher career WAR, like that tells me what I need to know also. So
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. He also, let's not forget, opted out of 2020 because his twins were just born and was spending time with them or whatever. So I wonder how much of that kind of played into this, where he was just like, "Oh, dog, that year off was like so nice.
Right,
You know,
right.
Get to
my
be
body
dad and
doesn't
then have to go
hurt
back.
every day. Like,
Yep.
but to do what he did this year and come back and, you know, in 113 games, he batted 304. His OPS was still an 889. I mean, the guy had 18 home runs, 56 ribs, 68 runs scored. I mean, you can't ask for much more out of a 34-year-old catcher who's been doing this. You know, he had his ankle blown out. Season 3, 2011. Blew his ankle out. Had that surgery. Remember when he broke it, all gruesome and
Right.
shit. I mean, they've asked a lot out of that man, and he has put everything back into the game. And
Right.
I do say yes, Hall of Famer. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're getting. We've kind of talked about this before too. I think we're getting to where it's a time in the league or whatever where the total numbers don't mean as much. Like, I know that there's people who are like, you can't be a Hall of Famer without 3,000 hits or without 500
Sure.
home runs. Like, get the
Gatekeepers,
yeah, shut up. No. If that's just not how the game is played anymore. We don't do the same things.
Right.
So if you're going to stop putting people in the Hall of Fame because they don't have the numbers accrued, like, just because some guy stuck around for 22, 24 years doesn't mean he was better than Buster Posey. You know?
Right.
That's where I stand. So
Okay.
I think we're going to see a changing of the guard here, hopefully, and I see Buster going in.
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he'll
Yeah.
stick around on the ballot for enough time to where people are like, "Oh shit, we've got like, I don't know." I think we'll catch it on one of those years where it's kind of iffy with if anybody's going to get in or not, and then somebody's going to be like, "Ah, yeah, fucking Buster, bro. Let's all vote Buster."
Right.
Fuck.
Right.
So, I don't
One
know.
more accolade for 2021 for him. So the average OPS for catchers that played 100 games this year
Mhm.
was 98. So even 2 points below just his average OPS plus. And he was at 140, and he led the league in that in catchers. So
Beautiful.
I mean, he's
Mr. Posey.
42% better, I guess, if you really want to look at it, than your average catcher offensively.
That's crazy, man.
I like that.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see like these crazy, just out of nowhere Giants win this year, but
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't, man. So,
Fair enough.
one of you guys talk about this because this is pretty fucking tight.
Yeah, I want Dan to talk about some Gold Glove action here.
Oh my God, dude.
Ooh-wee.
So obviously yesterday, as we all saw, the Gold Glove winners were announced, and there was some, no real surprise there. Like Matt Chapman, you expect to see at third base in the American League. Carlos
Mhm.
Correa, they had great years, right? And you guys can see kind of on here, if you're listening instead of watching, shame on you. You should watch so you can see all of our cool stuff.
Watch.
But the National League, Cardinals set a record with 5 Gold Glove winners in a single season.
It's amazing.
So all across the infield, they had Goldie at first, Edman at second, and Nolan obviously at third. Tyler O'Neill won his second Gold Glove, second straight in left field, and Harrison Bader gets his first in center field, first and very deserved Gold Glove.
Mhm.
And then Yachty was a finalist and lost to Jacob Stallings, who I think deserved the Gold Glove. So I don't think he was robbed by any means, but 5 Gold Gloves in a single season. So first of all, the fact that it's never been done before, like in the history of the game, and even go back to like when there was fewer teams, and it's insanely impressive.
Right.
But also it kind of got me thinking, like, the Cards are kind of in need, and we'll talk about free agents in a later episode, but the Cards are in need of some pitching. How attractive is that to a free agent pitcher to go to a team that has 5, potentially 6 Gold Glove winners on
Right.
the roster behind you? Like,
The
that's gotta
Cardinals,
be
they
awesome.
don't need like a bunch of Garrett Coles. Like they could. I mean,
No,
you'll take them, right?
I'll take it, right?
But like they could get by with a bunch of guys like Steven Matz and Marcus Stroman and like a bunch of number 3 starters, assuming they still have Wainwright and Flaherty. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, that's got to do just a ton for a pitcher's confidence, knowing you've got that many Gold Glovers behind you.
Dude, that's true. I mean, all of the Gold Gloves are comprised between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's wild, right?
Yeah,
Because we got 2 for KC, 2 for Houston, 2 for Oakland,
Yeah.
5 for the Cardinals, and 2 for the Braves.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So-
hard, the Giant.
That's wild, man. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
good for the Cardinals, man. it's very typical of them to come in and rain on my parade with something like this. I'm trying to enjoy this fucking World Series win, and they just come out. They're like, whatever, dude. I got 5 Gold Gloves, but it's
Right.
cool. I don't have to hold that grudge anymore. It's fine.
Right, you still got the World Series now. So, and I was also really happy to see Brandon Crawford get that Gold Glove at shortstop too, because I feel he didn't get a lot of national attention this year like he should have on defense or offense. So
numbers are not right here in front of me, and this is obviously just pulling it out of my ass. But all of like the Braves staff and players and shit, they were like, "Yo, Dansby's not even like a finalist." Because I think he led the league this year in fielding percentage. So they were just like, whatever, dude. Fucking don't worry about it. We're going to put these other guys in there. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's fine. I'm not, sweating it or anything, but it's just something peculiar.
I would hear that argument for sure.
Yeah.
I know there's always snubs and, this and that and awards and blah, blah, blah and whatever. So I don't care, man. Whatever. Fucking just give me that big trophy again.
Hey, now that Marcus Semien won a Gold Glove at second base, will you acknowledge that he's a second baseman?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Thank you.
You guys want to talk about some qualifying offers?
Yeah, dude. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, look at you. Good job, buddy.
Thanks. Thanks. So these are all the players that were offered a qualifying offer, which is a 1-year, $18.5 million deal for next season.
Mm-hmm.
If they turn it down and sign elsewhere, that team that they played with last season will get a draft pick as compensation for their loss. Any surprises? I noticed some players on the bottom there that did not receive qualifying offers that were kind of notable names.
I don't think so, man. Like Castellanos, that he can go and make more money somewhere.
Yeah,
I think
he actually already declined his qualifying offer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Same thing with Story. I mean, you could almost see Story accept it based on 2021, the season that he had.
Yeah,
rebuild the value.
Mm-hmm. And do the
when there's not
thing.
A fucking billion other shortstops in the free agent class.
Right. Yeah. That Kershaw's going to get more money. A guy like Sonny Gray. I mean, he's just going to go for the longevity of a deal at this point. I think he's probably tired of moving around. So.
But why? I guess my question is I'm thinking about it more from the team's point of view. Why didn't you offer Kershaw a qualifying offer? Why didn't you say, hey?
Isn't there only a specific amount of them you can do?
No,
they could have offered him one.
You can, as a player, you can only have been offered a qualifying offer once in your career. So if you already received a qualifying offer, you cannot have one extended again. And if you were traded midseason, you can't be extended a qualifying offer, which is why a guy like Max Scherzer didn't get one because he was traded midseason.
Right.
So those are the only two stipulations. But a team could have 20 qualifying offers out on the table. Yeah.
All right.
The six players I listed all were eligible to receive qualifying offers.
Right.
But the team chose not to. So my thing is, I don't know why you wouldn't offer Kershaw 1 year at 18.5. He's probably not going to take it, but all it does
just
is
in case.
But
if he does take it, you got Clayton Kershaw for $18.5 million. And
if he doesn't,
if he goes elsewhere,
exactly.
So the only thing I could see why they would have been kind of in good faith, like as a respect to him, because it's not necessarily frowned upon by the players when they get extended, but it attaches draft pick compensation to them if they do sign elsewhere. So teams are a little bit more cautious about signing them and signing them for certain dollars because there's thresholds. If you're above, the contract value is above like 50 million, I think is the first threshold. And then I think it might be 100 million after that. So it might just be out of respect for Kershaw that, one, they feel confident that they're going to be able to bring him back, so there's no need. And two, if he does end up going to free agency, it's like, okay, we know how much you've done for this organization. We're not going to saddle you with the baggage of having a qualifying offer extended on you.
Right.
So let me ask this question and kind of not rephrase, but it's a different angle here. If you are one of these 12 players or however many there are right there, which of those players, if you're them, are you saying, hell yeah, I'll take $18.5 million for 1 year?
Syndergaard for sure.
Yeah, Syndergaard.
I agree.
After his last 2 years.
I know people are gonna bet pretty high on Conforto. Everybody's always been high on Conforto, so he'll get like a 2-3 year deal somewhere.
Yeah, he won't.
If
Brandon
I'm
Belt, I was
Brandon,
surprised.
if I'm Brandon Belt, I'm taking 18
Yeah.
and a half.
Eddie Rodriguez, after the season he had, take that.
Yep.
Maybe Iglesias.
Maybe, but he's
Yeah.
also behind what's his name? Kenley Jansen. He's probably the best available free agent relief pitcher
That's
because
true.
Kimbrel got his option picked up.
Right.
Yeah.
So he might be able to make some money.
What about a guy like Robbie Ray? Or you think he's gonna go get money?
No,
If
he's
I'm
gonna
Robbie Ray,
get,
I'm
he's
gonna
gonna get
cash him.
paid.
You think so?
Not like
He is-
paid, but he's gonna get paid.
Okay.
He's going to be overpaid, probably by the
Right.
Angels, because that's what the Angels do. And then he'll go back to his more career normal seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll get like a 4-year deal at like $20 million a year.
Okay. I just figured I'd ask, because he only made $8 million last year. So, what's a $10 million raise to go back to the same team you're already with, you're comfortable with,
I think the scary part from his point of view is what if I slide
Fail
back
again.
to my 2019 form?
Exactly. Yeah.
Then I'm not getting. I don't know. It's a tough man. It's a gamble. It really is from
Yeah, for
everyone's
sure.
side. So
He already gambled on himself this year, so why do it twice?
Right.
that's true.
And then, is there anything else you want to talk about with this?
No,
sir?
no.
Okay. So Carlos Correa actually was offered a 5-year, $160 million contract offer from the Astros. It's a significant increase from the Astros' previous offers, which were 6 years, $120 million, and 5 years, $125 million. So do we see him back in Houston, boys? What do you think?
I think so. It's hard. I just can't picture him anywhere else. I don't know. Even have an explanation for it other than I just can't see it.
He's just
No,
a
I
shit
can-
bag that fits with the shit bags, dog.
Right?
I can see him going elsewhere.
Where?
So Ty and I talked about this at Halloween, and it's a rumor that's kind of gaining some steam. Actually, is Detroit stepping in and overpaying, not necessarily in dollars, but maybe in years, and doing that like Eric Hosmer, Manny Machado type deal that San Diego gave out because they're not far away from competing, especially in that division. And he can reunite him with Hinch up in Detroit. He can be like that spark plug in the middle of the lineup. They can maybe start attracting some other free agents, if not this year, maybe next year. They've got all that pitching core coming up. They've
Right.
got a lot of pieces.
I mean, you could straight up just offer him, 5 years, 160, do 6 years, 180, and just front load the fuck out of it.
No, he's 6.
Yeah.
They'll go. I could see Detroit, like I said, overpaying in years and go like a 10-year, like 320 or something to get him.
Okay. So
Because
just
he's a talented enough athlete that even after, let's say, age 32, 33, he can shift to second base like Semien if he needs
That's
to.
true.
Because they do have Royce Lewis, so maybe they
Yeah.
shift him in early if they need to. I mean, he's obviously a Gold Glove winner, so you're not going to do it anytime
Yeah.
soon. But
You've also got, the way that contracts are all worked out now too. He's going to have like opt-outs here or whatever, opt-outs there.
right.
So I don't know,
I mean,
man.
you figure Harper got a 13-year deal, and he was a couple years older, so a 10-year deal is really not that
That's
out
true.
of the range here.
That's true, man.
So I pulled up real quick. I pulled up all major league shortstops, and I ranked them by OPS. I'm just kind of looking towards the bottom of the list to get an idea of like what teams did not
Mhm.
get good production there. There are some interesting names. Like now that you talk about it, like I could see him going to like Philadelphia too. I don't know if you guys
Mhm.
mentioned that yet.
Ooh.
We haven't yet, but they need another bat to
You know,
with
Gene
Realmuto and Harper.
Segura
Mhm.
didn't do anything this season.
I know the Rangers have to be low on that list too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know if
so
I
I
can
saw
find them.
I saw something about them too,
Yeah,
where
they've been linked.
they shift IKF over to second
Yep.
and let what's his name stay at third and Correa at short.
Mm-hmm.
Your big
Josh
prospect.
Jung.
Josh Young. Yep.
Yeah. Milwaukee, maybe.
Doubtful.
I
He'd be
bet
too
Willie
expensive
goes
for
back
them.
there, dude. Willie goes back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd also be too expensive for a Milwaukee team right now. Cincy, I mean, obviously, but
Yeah, they have like
It's-
what they have Kyle Farmer playing there
Mhm.
most of the time.
yeah, I mean the Eugenio Suarez experiment failed real
Mhm.
early.
Take over for Ahmed Rosario in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to throw a few other names out there.
Sure.
So
Love it. I think actually our first episode when we get back, I think we're gonna do free agent predictions.
So excited for that.
Be ready for that, fellers.
Can't wait for us to look like idiots on that one.
Right. I do say, and this is between the three of us, I mean, obviously on the show right now, but we should fill these out as soon as possible. That way, if these things start happening over the next couple of weeks, we can keep track.
Say less, my dude. I'll do it tonight.
Beautiful. The next thing to talk about here, I'm just going to fly through the two things real quick. They're not huge. So Andrew Heaney signed a 1-year, $8.5 million contract with the Dodgers. Dan, go ahead and say what you said earlier because I liked that.
Yeah, so I was reading something the other day saying that teams were kind of on the lookout for the next Robbie Ray this year. And a lot of the industry kind of insiders were pointing to Andrew Heaney as an interesting name just because of his strikeout totals and how he didn't have a great year, right? Like with the Angels and Yankees, it was not good.
Right.
But he was still striking people out. So if somebody can kind of work on that control, same way that Ray did, and who better than the Dodgers, who with one of the best starting rotations in the league, interesting. And the fact that it's $8.5 million, similar to what Robbie Ray signed for, it's really, really interesting.
I have been beating a dead horse on Andrew Heaney for years now. I think he's one of the more talented pitchers in the league. He just can't figure it out. So wherever he goes, if they can get him dialed in, I think that he is a great grab for whatever team does it.
Yep.
It's the exact same thing as a Robbie Ray, where he went from Arizona crushing it. First year in Toronto was like, not so great. And then, bet on himself this year, and they figured him out. So he's been through, like, Miami, who we know that they've got great pitching down there. So he might have picked some stuff up from them. He was the horse for the Angels for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years. And then went over to the Yankees and just got annihilated. Of course, it's Yankee Stadium. You're gonna.
Right.
Right.
But if he can keep missing those bats and maybe bring that walk rate down just a tad and, maybe not let these guys square up so fucking hard, I don't see why Heaney won't be like a Cy Young contender at some point before he retires. The man is just nasty. The man's nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And then the last thing here, we got a couple bench coaches. Old Jace Tingler signs with the Twins. Oh, look at there. That's both of them. Old Jace Tingler signs with the Twins to be old Rocco Baldelli's bench coach. And Skip Schumacher comes over and signs with his former team, the Cardinals. So he is the old bench coach for, what's the man's name now?
Ali Marmol.
Ali Marmol, that guy. Got to be like the youngest youngest manager, bench coach combo all time.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to look up really quick. I'm curious if you add both of their ages together, if they're still younger than Tony La Russa.
They are. I saw this the other day. They're 76. They're 76 together. TLR is 77.
Wow.
Yeah. So
nice. I'm glad I was not the only one to think about that.
Yeah. Don't even trip, dog. I seen it. It was there. I think it's good moves on both parts because I think Jace Tingler can be a great manager. So getting him in, being like, oh shit, here's a reality check type thing. Like, bro, we're gonna back you off just a little bit, but still give you some control here, and you're gonna learn the game from, blah blah blah, so and so, Rocco Baldelli or whoever.
Right.
Maybe they're just priming him to take over for Rocco whenever that may be, or just getting him ready for another team. Who knows? But I think at some point, old Dip Schumacher, he comes out and he manages the team at some point. So This is a great move. I love seeing that man in the dugout. I'm a big Dib Schumacher fan. So
same.
Back on.
Do you think he's gonna have to adjust his gloves every time he comes out to argue balls and strikes?
Oh man, that was brutal. That was pretty bad. But I mean, I was also like the absolute biggest fan of Nomar Garcia, who had the most insane fucking ritual of all time. So it is all Gucci.
Gucci.
You guys like that? You guys like the Dip Schumacher sign? You like
I do.
Coming on over. Beautiful.
Very much so.
I do too, guys. I really do, and I'm happy for you. And I can cheer with you guys now because I have less hatred in my heart.
Aw.
I'm
That
not
makes me
gonna
feel good.
I'm not gonna be ecstatic, but I'll just be happy for
That's
you
fair.
guys from now on.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. So actually, as we've been recording, the award finalists have been coming out for Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and I'm mad at that National League MVP. Don't like that. And then the NL Manager of the Year also don't like, and the Manager of the Year in the American League. So let's go ahead. How do you guys want to do this? How do you want to talk about it?
We don't have to dive deep into it. We can just say who they are and
Okay.
kind of move on.
So I'll do the NL Cy Young. They got Corbin Burns for the Brewers. Of course, you figured one of the Brewers pitchers were going to be in there. Max Scherzer for the Nats and Dodgers. Of course, he was good with the Nationals, but then when he came over to the Dodgers, shifted it to a whole nother fucking level and was off this planet. So he is in contention for the Cy Young. And Zach Wheeler, bounce back year, finally doing what we thought Zach Wheeler was going to do.
Dude.
Stayed healthy, didn't rip his fingernail off, putting pants on. He did the thing. Zach Wheeler, congratulations, sir.
I had no issues with those three.
I don't
being
either.
the finalists.
I knew it was going to be a tight squeeze because we had 7, 8 people that could potentially like a Walker Buehler. I mean, even going back to the Brewers, you had just Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta on them.
Right.
Max Fried had a great year.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of guys that could have been thrown in the mix, but I think these three.
Bueller.
Bueller
I don't know who you take out though.
Right.
Well, Wheeler led in what ERA?
I barely know her.
There it is. He led in a couple categories: ERA, Ks per 9, like some big categories that you want to see in there. Scherzer led in a couple of them.
Big cats.
He led in WAR by a lot.
Or no, maybe it was Burns that led in that, but WAR. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe it was WAR for Wheeler. I was started to do them, and then I didn't have enough time.
Burns had ERA. Wheeler had WAR. Scherzer had WHIP with Burns in a second.
I'm so sad I just did that, and you guys didn't even fucking acknowledge it.
What'd you do?
See, exactly. Dan said big categories, but he kind of paused after he said cat. So I was like, big cats! And fucking nobody did anything about it.
Literally didn't hear you.
Nope,
Dang,
didn't either.
unreal.
All right, AL Cy Young. We got Garrett Cole, Lance Lynn, and Robbie Ray. I think Robbie Ray's going to win it no matter what, so
Agreed.
I don't see any reason to even argue over the other two.
Yeah.
No.
I
Other than
like
making my preseason prediction more accurate, but that's all right. I'll take the L on that one. Speaking of taking the L, we're all going to take an L on the NL Rookie of the Year. So Dylan Carlson of the Cardinals, Jonathan India of the Reds, Trevor Rogers of the Marlins. We kind of mentioned this one a little bit earlier. Again, this should be a no-brainer. Jonathan India should have this. Trevor Rogers pitches the whole season, maybe, but this should be India's to lose without any doubt in my mind.
That said, I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan Carlson has a better career than Jonathan India.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan India
Wouldn't
kind of
argue
came out
that.
of nowhere. He was just like some guy and then crushed it, and he's great now. I mean, none of these guys are, a Cabrian Hayes, but it's cool. I get it. I get where they're at. It's fine.
I know. I mean, Ian Anderson is just on such a different level that he just wasn't even listed on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cabrian.
He did get that ring, though.
That's true. Cabrian and Ian were just like way too fucking good for this list.
Right.
They were like, they've already been voted for before. Let's give it to other people. It's fine.
Right.
AL Rookie of the Year, however, Mr. Randy A back in the mix again, right? He was in the mix last year, correct? He got some votes.
He did not get any votes last year.
Oh no.
Not first place votes.
They got votes 3 years in a row or something.
He didn't get first place votes last year. I think he was there. He was in number 15 or 14 or something. Because we talked about this before, and he was one that I had to look up and double check that he didn't get any first place votes, and he didn't.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we've actually got Ray's teammates. We've got Randy A and we've got Wander Frey, dude. Fucking both of them.
Wander, I barely know her.
Nice, dude. Fronder Wonko. I love it.
Wander.
Wander. I barely know her, dude. And Luis Garcia for the Astros, who had a not so great showing in the World Series, I will tell you that much. But still a great pitcher. I think we've got a lot. We got good talent here in this American League Rookie of the Year race, I think.
Yeah.
All three of them. Probably a little more promising than the National League, I think. But I don't know. It's still fun to talk about. I like seeing
Yeah,
it.
little surprised, and I guess it's kind of testament to how far he fell off as the year went on. Jose Garcia, it didn't make it into the
Adolis?
finalists.
Yeah, that is
Jose
pretty wild
Adolis?
too, because he definitely led a bunch of shit. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, but he fell off the face of the planet for a while there. Yeah, I forgot he goes by Adolis now. He doesn't go by Jose. Sorry, my bad.
Correct. I only know him as Adolis, the cool one, the cool guy.
Listen, hipster Dan doesn't come out very often, but I knew him when he was Jose. But yeah, do we have anything else to add to
I
American
don't
League
think
rookies?
so, bro. I don't think so. That's good.
No. All right, Ty, take it away, buddy.
The NL MVP.
Or was it you that said you had an issue with this one?
Yeah,
I do too, if I'm being honest with you.
Very much so have an issue.
I don't know that I do. Go ahead, guys.
Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, and Bryce Harper. They're all three deserving. Don't get me wrong,
Sure.
but you got a guy like Austin Riley. You got a guy like Freddie Freeman. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck? How? What?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Hold on.
I would have taken literally either one of those guys over probably Tatis just because of the injury.
Right.
And again, nothing against Tatis. He could win it, and I wouldn't be mad about it.
Exactly.
But
Tatis led all of baseball in offensive WAR.
That's what I said. I wouldn't be mad about it at all. But I think I'm looking at just kind of what Austin Riley did in Atlanta can't be overlooked. And like he basically put that team on his back after the injury, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody else just kind of like everyone else kind of came and went, right? Like Jock had great moments, and Freddie had a very of an MVP caliber year as well.
Mhm.
The whole infield did, but like their steady driving force all season was Austin Riley.
Right. I know that we talk about here on the show, especially like an MVP player doesn't have to necessarily come from a playoff team.
Right.
Which is fine. I agree with that most of the time because all three of these guys didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
No Tatis, no Soto, no Harper. None of the three made it to the playoffs. The only driving reason that the Braves are in the playoffs.
None of the 6 MVP candidates made the playoffs.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
It's crazy. You have to think of, we're talking value here, and I get that. But, nobody this season was more valuable in the National League than Austin Riley because losing a guy like Acuna, one of the best players, if not the best player in the National League, you lose him. Austin Riley comes to his own, carries the team into and through the playoffs, and he's not even a finalist? What?
Yeah. I get the argument. I don't know that you could look at any one of the three that are in there and say, yeah, I'm taking that guy out.
Right. No, you know what I want you to do? I want you to look at this handsome man and tell me that he is not an MVP candidate. Look at that handsome man. Look at those eyes.
He's so cute.
He does have nice eyes.
He's so fucking cute.
I don't know, man. Like I'm just
it is hard.
Most of the stat categories I'm looking at, most of the stats, Harper and Tatis and Soto are pretty freaking high up there, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it all together right now because I really do want to see it. Who am I missing? Fernando Tatis, Soto, Harper, Austin Riley. I'm going to throw Freeman in there just because I think that he should be.
You can throw Freeman in there. You could also. Did you put Soto in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, you could also, if you're going off WAR, you could put Tyler O'Neill in there. He finished higher than Riley.
Yeah, I'm not really going off of WAR though. I'm going off of what I saw. I'm going gatekeeper style on this shit. The shit that I watched this year, brother, let me tell you. I don't know, man. It's hard. It's obviously you're narrowing down like a great season from you could have any of 10 people in this finalist, talks right now, but I just think the fact that they're not getting that recognition at all is insane. None of the MVPs were playoff teams. And I'll stress it. I know that doesn't mean dick here,
right.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, but you have to like gauge the fucking room. Look at it. Look at this shit.
Right.
I don't know.
No, that's fair.
There's some shit that happens that is not just statistical. Like you have to be able to be like, oh, bro, like this is baseball. This is what it is. This is part of it. And the way that he carried that team was incredible. So
I got your back on this one. This is one that I will actually agree with you on.
thanks, Big
And
Mom.
I will
appreciate
disagree with a little bit of the stats a little bit. So,
Boo.
but
Bing bong.
anyway, you know what I'm not going to disagree with?
that. Yeah, this one's pretty good.
The AL MVP, because this
Yeah.
is going to be a really fun race with Vladdy obviously made it. Shohei, I mean, those were obviously going to be the top two. I don't think there's really any surprise that Marcus Semien is the third finalist.
Right.
I don't know, maybe if I'm looking at stat, I didn't even pull up the stats for the American League because I just kind of figured those would be the three.
Right.
I
mean, the whole
still
year.
Shohei's, right? Like, this is still Shohei's award to lose, right? Like, nothing's changed.
I think so. I mean, it's going to be real close. I think they might split by like a vote just based on like, you know, the way that I've seen people talk about Shohei. Like some people are like, oh yeah, he's great. Some people are like, oh well, you know, it's the first time he's been able to do it in this fucking blah 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 whatever. They'll come
Right.
up with some type of excuse for being old. Oh, Babe Ruth did it back in 19. Who cares, bro? He didn't do it
Right.
in 2021. So,
Right.
I do think it's Shohei's. I think it's gonna be very close. A very close second, and I think Marcus Semien's name is in there just because it has to be. I don't think he's going to win. It's down
No.
between the other two.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you could have taken him out and put Salvi in, and I wouldn't have been mad about it. Hell, you could have
Right.
put Matt Olson in there, and I wouldn't have been mad about it. But
Yeah,
I really, at
exactly.
the end of the day, it's going to come down to those two. So it's irrelevant who the third finalist was.
Correcto mundo.
Okay, I agree with that. Where are we at? NL Manager of the Year. I know Ty's gonna be upset about this one. I
mean,
I'm with you.
It's voted on before the playoffs, and
I
you only had
s-
88 wins.
Yeah, but still, getting that team to 88
But
wins?
well, and also though, like at the trade deadline, you were what 44 and 45, or no 44 and 44 or whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it.
So for those listening, it's Craig Counsell with the Brewers, Gabe Kapler with the Giants, and Mike Schilt with the Cardinals, who got fired. So Ty,
yeah, how the fuck are you even going to do that? How are you going to do that, bro?
Ty's gripe, and reasonably so, is that Brian Snitker was
Right.
not included in the finalists.
I mean,
I think ultimately it doesn't matter because I think it's Kapler's award,
yes,
but
Just
agreed.
because, right,
107 wins is absolutely absurd for a team like the Giants.
right.
yeah,
But no, I agree. I think I probably would have had Snitker on there, and actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because
I don't think the Brewers are that good of a team still. I know they finished one in their division. I look at that team, I look at their two good pitchers, and other than that, I'm like, meh.
maybe that's why Council gets thrown in.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. That's
Yeah.
and they won all those games, and then Cardinals. I think the 17-game win streak had a lot to do.
That's
with
all it is.
Absolutely,
I really
100%.
think that's all it is.
I love
because-
Mike Schilt. Love Mike Schilt.
Mhm.
Don't think he should have been manager of the year, but you know,
right.
no,
was gonna say,
I'd
'cause-
put Snicker in over Schilt. I wouldn't have a problem
Yeah.
with that at all.
I mean, let's be honest. He's unemployed now, so I
Yeah.
definitely put Olsen
now.
in. Dang, unreal. And then to round it off, we've got the AL Manager of the Year. We've got Dusty Baker for the Astros, Kevin Cash for the Rays. Get the fuck out of here. And Scott Cervais for the Mariners.
God, I
Boys,
hope it's Cervais.
I
God,
really
it
hope
is.
it's Cervais.
I think it's got to be.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Well, I'm not as sure as Kapler, but I think Baker's going to get some consideration.
Yeah, agreed.
I think
just because of the situation.
I think Baker wins.
He really did a good job of quieting. The
Exactly.
whole-
That's the biggest portion of all of
yeah.
he led that team to the World Series. After like the first year with fans back in the stands after the controversy, like
Right.
that's huge.
And every time they got booed, they played better. Like
Yeah.
they freaking ate that shit up.
I mean, watching all the post World Series interviews and all that shit, like he's just a class act. He knows he's got that team wrapped around his finger, man. They love him down there. I don't like the Astros, but I think he takes it.
Okay.
Obviously, the Mariners are like the biggest surprise, so
Sure.
maybe
I want
but-
to win it, but we'll see.
Right. Okay. All right, boys. We got a big one. We got a big one coming. We doing it? We're just going balls out.
I
Do
think we're just gonna.
Balls out.
Yeah, we'll fly through this. I'll kind of lead the way here since I get the slides, and
Exactly.
we'll try to fly through it as quickly as possible.
All right.
But
So,
All right,
Tone,
don't get them big ol'
explain.
nuts out.
Explain what we're doing, brother. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we are taking a look at our preseason predictions. Before the season started, each week we did a divisional preview. So we took each division one by one, and in addition to predicting the standings, which we've already talked about, we also predicted who would lead in different categories just from players in that division. So as you can see here, we're starting out with the AL East, and we picked ahead of time who we thought was going to hit the most home runs out of the AL East. So in this example, old Dan Morey picks Stanton with 61. I picked Judge with 45, and Ty picked Stanton with 58.
We did pretty good, Dan.
Yeah, nailed it.
The winner was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with 48. And you can see for all these, I'm not going to hit on every single little box here, but you can see the actual numbers that our players finished. I will say before we get too far into this, we just got decimated with injury. It's not in this specific case, but
did we get anything either right on or like within a couple? Like I see you got Judge within 6, which is awesome, but did we get like the winner right on anything? Or at least just the winner?
There was, there's quite a few that, not quite a few. There's a handful that we've predicted the correct person.
Okay.
And I think there's a couple where we predicted the number right, but we got the wrong person.
Okay.
And you'll see them. They'll be highlighted when there's a winner. So, all right, stolen bases.
Real quick.
Yeah.
It's Stanton's birthday.
Happy birthday, Giancarlo. Mike.
Happy birthday, big dog.
Mike.
Happy fucking birthday, Mike.
Stolen bases, Bichette, Margot, and Kike Hernandez. How many did Kike have, Ty? We're going to find out in a second, but 1? Okay. The actual answer was Cedric Mullins, which, like, in hindsight, I'm like, why didn't someone pick Cedric Mullins? I don't know.
Because I think he only had, like, 30 games prior to this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because nobody had heard of the guy until this year.
Right. Fair. Yeah, we were all pretty far off.
And he plays for Baltimore.
That's true. ERA, you guys both had Cole. I had Ryu. We were all wrong. It was Robbie Ray, as we discussed earlier. Kind of came out of nowhere. But
look at that. Look what your boy did, though. I got that number almost fucking dead nuts.
Yeah, to the 100th.
Oh, yeah. Point. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Cole's number. No,
it's okay.
Hey, well then look at stolen bases because your boy almost got that dead nut.
Oh, shut your trap.
Look at never mind. All right. Strikeouts. Cole Glasnow. Well, we know Glasnow went down. And once again, Robbie Ray came out of nowhere with 248. So we were all pretty far off on our at least Dan and I are pretty far off on our totals too. And then saves. Dan had Romano. I had Aroldis Chapman, and you had Barnes at 40 time. Mm-hmm. The winner was Chapman. I was 8 off the pace, but
look at you go, bro.
That was Chapman.
They done did it.
Yep.
Real quick. Just want to say, I would have fucking smoked you cats had Glasnow stayed healthy. He had 123 and 88 innings, bros.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So then the other thing we did at the beginning of the season, we each put together a rotation using only starting pitchers from that division. So these are the best starting rotations we could have come up with from the AL East. So I will note that we all had Garrett Cole, we all had Ryu, and we all had Glasnow. Our bottom two, though, were all different. None of them overlapped whatsoever.
Beautiful.
So Dan had Chris Sale, Nate Pearson. I had Eduardo Rodriguez and Corey Kluber. Ty had Nathan Eovaldi and Martin Perez. So win-loss percentage goes to Dan. That's a pretty good record right there, Dan.
That's pretty good.
41 and 22. You'll take that all day. ERA goes to Mr. Dan, too.
Son of a shit.
3.54. Whip goes to Dan. Dan owned the AL East with the Chris Sale. The Chris Sale helped you. Actually, not going to lie, Nate Pearson not pitching helped you a lot, too.
Yeah.
Because you kind of had a 4-man rotation of the same 3 as us plus Chris Sale. So,
I'll take it.
Which is also why you finished dead last in strikeouts.
But look at that ERA and whip. I like that.
Yeah. So I do think we got to give the rotation award to Dan for the AL East.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll
I
take
got
it.
something he can rotate on.
Ooh, I love it when you talk dirty to me.
All right, boys. AL Central. Does anybody else want to lead one of these? I know I got
Nope.
the slides.
Nope.
All
You
right.
got the
Doing awesome,
slides.
buddy.
You do it.
All right. Aloy, your boy Aloy.
Your boy
Jose
Aloy.
Abreu and Jose Ramirez, I almost said all AL Central guys.
Duh.
That works, right? Yeah,
They are. That is correct. That is.
They
correct.
are. But nope, it was Salvi Perez with 48 out of freaking nowhere.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Dude,
You were
yeah,
close,
that injury-
Dan.
Yeah. That injury didn't. That wasn't great.
Oh my God, he had 10, bro. I didn't see it. No.
Stolen bases. We all had Adalberto Mondesi. He got hurt. It was his teammate Whit Merrifield with 40. I will say, I put a little note on here. Mondesi played 35 games. He was on pace for 69
Nice
steals. So had Mondesi stayed healthy, he absolutely would have. We would have all
For
been
sure.
right. So
Yeah.
for sure.
ERA, we all had the Beebs in the high 2s, low 3s. He did not qualify. He had a 3.17, which was better than Giolito's 3.53, but he did not qualify for the ERA title.
Right.
Giolito ended up leading the Central in ERA.
AL set.
I
Did
like
Lynn
that.
not qualify? Do I have the stat wrong? Someone
You
tell me
might.
if I have the stat
Oh,
wrong.
I didn't even
You might
question
have it wrong.
I
This is a lot of putting slides together, boys. So
It's all right.
um,
No one's gonna be mad about it.
you might.
But
I
I'm
don't
looking
know.
it up right now. Suppose you have to have as many innings as your team pitched or your team played. Right?
I don't know. In StatHead, there's a actual thing that says minimum playing time, and you can click the button that says qualified for ERA title.
I think it's you have to have as many innings pitched as your team has played. So you have to finish with 162.
Okay.
I believe might be correct.
Man, I don't know how this done thing
All right,
works.
I've got it up. ERA for the Central would be Giolito. Yeah.
Okay.
Lance Lynn did not qualify.
Yeah, he has 157 innings.
Okay.
Sick. So that was who I chose to win Cy Young this year was Mr. Giolito. So he got the
Ooh, I
AL
could've-
Central.
So I
Cy
could
Young.
have chosen Jose Barrios. Actually finished 0.01 ahead of Giolito, but he was with Toronto for
Yeah, he got traded though, so
You
we're
know,
gonna count
so-
him in the East or just
Yeah.
nowhere.
Beautiful.
All right.
Cool.
I'm still on. Okay. So strikeouts for the AL Central. We all had beeps for that too. Didn't work out. It was Dylan
Yeah.
Cease actually with 226.
That's
Good
old
for him.
Mendy's boy. Old shout out Dave Mendelson.
Yeah.
Dog.
And then saves Karinchak, Hendricks, and Colome.
Well, the Twins fucked me on that one, huh?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
welcome to the club.
Yeah, you guys both got kind of screwed there. I guessed correctly on Hendricks. Karinchak had 11 and Colome had 17.
Good
You
job.
almost nailed that Hendricks
Yeah,
one to the fucking
literally
tee, bro.
3 away, bro.
Pretty
Good job.
close. Pretty close. So, all right. AL Central rotations. We all had Bieber. We all had Giolito.
We all had
We-
Keuchel.
All had Keuchel. So, Dan, you had Maeda and Lynn. I had
Yeah.
Lynn and McKenzie. And Ty, you had Turnbull and McKenzie. Those are
Oof,
the differences. Okay.
That hurts.
Win-loss goes to Dan again. Not by much.
It's all right. I'll take it.
Not by much. ERA goes to Dan again. Whip goes to your
Hey, attaboy.
and then strikeouts goes to me as well.
Hey, I
don't
had
know,
a much
we'll
better showing in that strikeout one than the last one.
Yeah, we'll call that one a tie. How about that? Between me and you, obviously.
Shut up.
Yeah.
My guy had a no hitter this year and then went down and had Tommy John, okay? And then Beebs did his thing. So whatever, dude.
Yeah, you just didn't have the volume. Well,
Yeah.
You had the right volume.
all right, boys. AL West. Yeah, Trout did not lead in home runs. We know that.
No. No, sure
Did
didn't.
Matt Olson?
Let's find out, baby.
Nope.
Nope, he sure didn't.
Oh yeah,
It was
But
duh.
you
so-
nailed the fucking
Hey.
total, bro.
Oh, hey. Yeah, you were pretty close on Olsen's total. One
Are you
off.
shitting my dick, dude?
Are you-
Unreal.
Stolen bases. Miles Straw, Elvis
Didn't even
Andres,
finish in the division.
Andres. What's that?
So he didn't even finish in the division, and he still led with exactly what I predicted.
Exactly.
Wow.
Perfectly on. So he had 17 with Houston and then 13 with Cleveland. So I kept him in the
Count, man.
Central, or I'm sorry, I kept him in the West because he had more stolen bases in the West than he did the Central. So I had to put him somewhere. So
Hey, I agree with your choice.
all right, cool.
I don't.
How's that Luzardo ERA looking, boys?
Pretty good.
It was Lance McCullers Jr. You actually needed to double his ERA, and then you were right there.
Hey, that's all right. I got the ERA right, just not the right pitcher.
Right, correct. Yep.
Pretty good.
All right, strikeouts: Luzardo, Paxton, and Heaney.
I told you I had my boy out here, dude.
It was Frankie Montas. Paxton had 1.1 innings pitched.
He was really close to your 187. He was really close.
Shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that a TJ? Was that TJ?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Well, speaking of really close,
Yeah.
I don't even think Rosie had one. did he?
No, he didn't have any saves, I don't believe. So Ty was correct with the Glacius.
Nailed
Look at
it.
that. 34.
Dude,
dead
look at that.
on.
Perfect. I like it.
That
Yep.
team was supposed to win 95 games this year, but I'll take that instead.
All right, so we all had.
Ooh, I like this except for Luzardo.
You guys had Luzardo. I did not have
Yeah.
Luzardo.
Oh, I got
These
Luzardo
are-
and Paxton in mine.
These are very, very different rotations because I had Greinke. You had Greinke, Dan.
Yeah.
Ty was the only one with Bassett. I was the only one with Frankie Montas. And I was the only one with Framber. So let's check it out. See how we did. Your boy finished a little bit ahead in win loss.
That's my best one
Yeah.
yet.
3.65 ERA,
Oh,
1.18 WHIP. I like that. And
is,
Ty took the strikeouts, man.
I know my
Hey,
strikeouts, my guy. I could
do.
do that all year.
Yeah, you do.
Safe to say, I do not know the AL West. Got it.
Right.
If I would have picked any other pitcher other than Jesus Luzardo, probably would have been all right.
Yeah, you probably would have won, honestly.
Right.
He effed my whole S up, dude.
Yeah. All right, boys. NL East. Let's talk about the World Series champions here. Well, Cooney went down, so he didn't do it.
Who
Petey
did
won.
lead this? Before you bring it
Okay.
up,
I
curious.
admittedly do not remember. Oh, wait. No, it has to be. Well, I
Harper.
won't say it.
Is it Harper? Okay. I was going to say Harper.
Duvall.
Oh,
Harper.
yeah. If it's total, it's Duvall for sure.
Let's see.
Oh, it
Duvall.
was 38. Okay.
38. Acuna played 82 games. He would have been on pace for 47, or he was on pace for 47. So
Okay.
I'm excited to get him back
Yeah.
next year, boys.
Yeah.
stolen bases, Trey Turner. Yeah.
We nailed it.
We were pretty far off on the total, but we'll take it. ERA
Oh.
sucks.
If he qualified,
If he qualified,
Right. We all would have been high.
His actual, we would have been twice as over double. Like that's
Mhm.
insane. But yeah, it was 246, so I was almost spot on. Just had the wrong
Yeah.
guy.
All of us had one that was 1/100th of a point away. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
hell yeah.
Strikeouts: Nola,
Yeah,
Scherzer,
we all missed this one.
DeGrom. It was Wheeler.
Wheeler.
I
So
barely know her.
I tried to point some of these little things out just to show like how much injuries hurt us. Like, so DeGrom had 92 innings pitched. He was on pace for 317 strikeouts over 200 innings, and that still would have been 13 innings shy of Wheeler. So if he would have matched Wheeler, he would have been on like 330, 340 strikeouts.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yep. So saves. We all had Diaz, and I jumped the gun there. Sorry, and it was Will Smith with 37.
Beautiful.
Diaz only had 32. So Ty will take that wrong guess any day.
Yep, I'm fine
Sure.
with it.
Okay, NL East starting rotation. We all had DeGrom. We all had Nola. We all had Fried. We all had Scherzer. So kind of
Strasburg, Soroka, and Anderson are the only differences here.
Yes, you can kind of get an idea.
Oh, did I do good?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Again, this is one of those things where sometimes it almost was better to not have a
Fuck.
You know what I
because
mean?
it'll
Dang
lower
it.
the ERAs and whips.
Son of a
yeah.
shit.
Oh
So,
man, look at how close that is between all three of us.
You won way more. Oh, I did it wrong though. Ty, you should be yellow there, and Dan should be red. But
Nah, I'll
you
stay
won
yellow.
way more games than we did, but you
Mhm.
also lost a few more. So yeah.
Whatever.
ERA,
Damn.
yeah.
We're all like right on top of each other on this shit.
But
That's stupid.
And then there's the K's.
I-
Again, Ty.
it was a pretty good rotation.
Hey,
no
if you
matter
guys
how
want me to tell you how many strikeouts there's going to be in each division, dude, I'll tell you. I got it.
We were within a 1/10 of a point in ERA, all three of us, and
Mhm.
5/100ths of a point of whip.
That's stupid.
That's pretty
That's
fucking
crazy.
good, boys. I'm pretty proud of us on that.
Thank you. All right, NL Central
Oh,
home runs:
God.
Yelich, Suarez, and Arenado. It was Joey Bats,
Wow,
dude.
bro. That's
Well, not the
crazy.
Joey Bats, but
Joey
stolen ba-
Banks.
stolen bases. I don't think we did too well here either, guys. It was
Nope.
Tommy Edman, who I predicted to lead the Central in stolen bases back in 2020.
You did do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we had 2, 9, and 9 stolen bases.
Beautiful.
Nailed
We
it.
picked them good this year, boys. Picked them good.
You could add all our actual stolen bases up, and it still was
You're
10
so
less than the
short.
winner. All right. ERA, Flaherty, Wainwright, and Sonny Gray, not John Gray.
You were right
it was
on Buenos, though.
Corbin Burns. I was pretty close on
Ooh.
Buenos, yeah. Strikeouts, Flaherty, Gray. Corbin Burns again.
Out of
234.
nowhere, Mr.
We were-
Corbin Burns.
We were really close though with the 230 guess. And then saves Hader, Hicks, who didn't play, and Devin Williams, who never got the save opportunities. It was Hader. Very close. Very, very close on the number there, Dan. Good guess, buddy.
You did
Got
good.
one.
You did good.
Thanks, boys.
We all had the same rotation, guys. So
Huh.
there was no winners. I just threw all the stats up there because we all picked the exact same rotation, different order, but doesn't matter.
Nice.
So yeah, that's how our NL Central rotation looked.
Pretty dank.
Okay.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take it, right?
Yeah.
Take that all day. All right, NL West home runs: Bellinger, Machado, and Bellinger.
Bellinger had the worst year of all time. So
It was Mr. Tatis, which I'm surprised no one guessed Tatis. I don't know.
I don't think I ever expected him to put up that number.
No.
I don't know why.
And I think
Yeah.
we talked about Belly bouncing back off of 2020 a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
know
never
how
did
many
that.
times like I've talked with you, Tone, where I'm like, bro, in Tatis's 162 game pace, he's on pace for like 56 home runs. And my brain was just
Right.
like, 30
Right.
probably. Nope.
Yep. Stolen bases. You guys did take Tatis for that. I took Story, and you were right, boys.
Bing bong.
Tatis.
Bing bong, bing bong.
ERA, Darvish, Gallen, and Kershaw. Nope, it was Walker Bueller.
Bueller.
I barely know her.
Oh, God, there's so many. of them.
Strikeouts, Darvish, Bauer, and Darvish.
Don't do that one, Ty. Don't do that one.
Kevin Gausman.
Kevin Gausman.
Kevin Gausman with
The
227.
guy. That man.
And saves Gratterall, Jansen, and Melanson. Old Jansen and Melanson.
Jansen and Melanson.
It was Mark Melanson.
I knew it, boys. I knew it.
And we were all very close on the total saves. Dan
Mhm.
was right on, and Ty never went off.
Yeah, I also just predicted Jansen to fuck up and lose his job, and he didn't. So
Jansen
So
Jansen's
I don't know why, but Ty
why
and I
didn't you
didn't
pick
even
Walker
have.
Bueller?
We didn't have Walker Bueller in our starting rotation.
Shit.
We did both have Zach Gallen and
all
Trevor.
three of
We
us
all
had
had Trevor
Trevor Bauer.
Bauer, which you can't predict something like that happening. So,
Yeah, and Kershaw.
I had Dinelson Lamet. Ty had Blake Snell.
Yeah, I had.
Dan had
Bueller.
Herman
I
Marquez.
don't feel
Yeah.
too good about this.
I kind of like this. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Let's
Ooh,
go.
yeah.
Keep it going, boys. Let's go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the last one. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Second place in
Clean
strikeouts,
sweep.
baby.
So I think it's safe to say all around Dan won pitching.
Yeah, Dan was pretty good at pitching, guys.
He put some
Thanks,
good
boys.
rotations together. So,
Boys, I know how to spot a pitcher, apparently.
Oh man. Well, let's put our Well, never mind. It's fine. I know how to pick out strikeouts. That's about it. Tone, what were you good at? Were you good at anything, Tone?
yeah,
Pretty good all the way around.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were
Like,
like the most
was
average and everything.
Yeah, he wasn't last very often.
Right.
At anything.
Right. Let's team up against Dan next year, just you and me. I'll pick the guys with the biggest strikeouts, and then you just do the
Okay.
rest.
all right, sounds good.
Maybe then we'll overtake him.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Screw you for your Our Boys you did to us this year, man.
Oh,
Oh,
good point.
yeah, that
That's
is
what I'm
kinda
good at.
good.
yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
doing.
good at picking things on a weekly basis.
What am I good at? I didn't do shit this year.
Case, bro.
You look
Case.
good.
You do look good. That is
Thanks,
a true
everyone.
story.
Thanks, guys. I think. I'm so sad.
You
I
run
didn't
the
do.
shit out of a baseball podcast. Let me tell you that.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, Papa Dan, I appreciate you, sir. Speaking of that, though, I think that's it for now, huh?
Yeah. So what's our plan,
I think
guys?
we're good.
All right, so just a little inside trader secrets to the listeners out there. We're gonna take what we said 4 weeks for sure.
Yeah, something like that.
We're gonna take 4 weeks for sure off, and what we're gonna do during those 4 weeks, we're gonna
Party.
we're gonna get fucking lit, dude. No, we are going to actually take these 4
Gang,
weeks
gang.
off, kind of take a little bit of a break, a little mental break, but also the three of us are still going to meet every week, and we're going to come on and we're going to grind out a bunch of new graphics, new videos, new this, new that, whatever we can do to make the show better for you guys as a whole. So if there is anything that you think that we should do on the show, or you think that we should do better, now's the time to let us know, because we have the time aside from, our everyday regular jobs. We have the time now to sit down and bust this out and figure this out. If there's segments that you guys like that you want us to do more, tell us. If there's segments you don't like, you want us to do less, tell us that as well. That's amazing. We love that. Any type of constructive criticism here is great. This is the time to do it. We want to do this show as much for ourselves as we do like for you. Like, we want to enjoy doing this shit, and we want you guys to enjoy listening to us do this. So your input is well received over here. Other than that, boys, I don't know. What do you think? We just call it? We call it a day now?
Yeah, I think let's roll through the
Wrap
end,
her
bro.
up.
Alrighty. Well, I just want to thank everybody for listening. I know this was a little bit of a long one, but like we said, we had a lot to get through, and we got a couple weeks off here, so we were getting it all together, getting it done for you before we took that break. If you want to go tell us what you think about the show, do that on our social media platforms over at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the whole nine. We're over there at Upper Decker Pod on everything. Go follow those, like those, send us your suggestions for what we should and should not be doing. All of the things that I just went through. Go over there. That's where you can tell us. Give us a shout out on Twitter. Give us a shout out on Facebook. Hey, maybe if you're like our friend, just share the episodes when we come back in like 4 weeks.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
That'd be really cool.
Like,
Like, if you don't want to donate, you could just share them.
Just kind of
That'd be
share
cool.
it. That would be super, super cool of y'all. Also, 3 of those, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all of them at Upper Decker Pod. That is where the live streams go every Monday. We try to hop on around 6:15 p.m. Central Time. So, starting again here in about a month. We'll make an announcement the week before. That way you have time to get ready to come back for the live streams. But that'll happen every Monday still. If they want to just listen to us, bros, while we're taking this break, Tone, where can they listen to us at least?
Pretty much anywhere, to be honest. You can search for Upper Decker Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the platforms. We're everywhere.
Bing bong.
If you're listening on any of those, please leave us a review or a rating while you're there.
That's
Whatever
huge.
whatever that specific platform allows. Give us 5 stars or leave us a review. Tell us.
Literally, you could go on there.
Hey.
Yeah, you could go on there and just be like, man, I like this ding dang show, and say, like it's something. It's input,
Right.
it's feedback. That's literally all we need.
It
So
That's what
helps.
the algorithm feeds off of is interaction. So
Right.
give us interaction, please.
Yes, that's true. If you want to help us financially, Ty talked about it a little bit earlier. Dan's going to tell you a little bit more now.
Absolutely. So he mentioned earlier you can sign up to be a monthly contributor at anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. We accept donations, monthly donations in 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 amounts, which is awesome because that comes directly to us and goes right back into the show. However, if you do not want to sign up to be a monthly contributor, you can feel free. What are you doing?
why didn't anybody tell me my dinner plate is visible in the video?
Because I didn't
see
notice it until right
God
now.
dang it!
Because you've been sitting up. We haven't been able to see it. If you don't want to be a monthly contributor and you would rather just give a one-time donation.
Is that a metal ramekin?
Shut the fuck up! I stole it from Chili's.
I was going to say, you definitely stole that from Chili's.
You can head over to paypal.me/upperdeckerpod.
Sorry, I'm hiding my
There we
plate.
go. I was waiting for Ty on that one. You can give any denomination there, so as much or as little as you want.
I'll
Again,
take yen, bro.
$20 or more, you can put in a special request for us to wear something, say something, do something, whatever, and we'll do that on the show as well. And if you prefer to give money and actually get something in return, you can head on over to upperdeckerpod.com.
That's the
and
big
you can
one.
check out our shop. So we've got hats, we've got hoodies, we've got shirts, we've got shorts, we've got all kinds of cool shit on there. So go check that out. That's another one of the things that we're going to be doing while we're on this break is figuring out the merch and what other merch we want to put up there. But there is some really cool stuff up there right now that is available for your purchase. And we very much appreciate anything you guys can do to help us.
This is true. That $20 we were talking about as well in PayPal or whatever it is. That $20 can also go to I don't know, maybe like a business ad. If you guys want to sponsor your business, just be like, hey, here's $20. Talk about my shit for like 5 seconds. I don't know. Here's $20 for 5 seconds. I'll do that for you guys. No big deal.
Also, that white on white hat,
White on white hat, pretty dang.
is pimp. I have one and it's legit.
I've got about 6 things of our own merchandise in my my cart right now. So I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna be repping it for sure. And if you guys want to get some bang for your buck, dudes, that's where you do it. It helps us, puts a little bit of money in our pockets, but it also gets you like a dank T-shirt. Like it's all fucking awesome.
Or hoodie.
You know what I mean?
It's hoodie season. Go
It's
buy you a
hoodie season, baby. We go get some beanies up in that
It's a
bitch too,
win.
probably. Shit.
It's a win-win.
It is a win-win. So let's see. I'm going to get you guys just a tentative date right now. We're going to take the next 4 Mondays off. Looks to me like we'll be back about December 13th, a couple weeks before Christmas. So that is you guys' Christmas present.
That is
from us.
Right in time for the CBA expiration. So we will know by that show if it's going to expire or if there's a chance for it to renew as well, because I think it's the 15th is when it expires.
Yep.
Hey, let's do our free agent predictions soon. Like we said, let's throw them out on social media so we have
For sure.
proof
For sure.
that we were correct.
I agree. Good idea, Mr. Tone. Also, that first week of December is winter meetings, so a lot of shit's going to be going down that week, and we'll pretty much summarize all of that and the little free agent tracking and shit when we get back. So,
I also want to remind people that our off season is fun on this show. We
We
still
do some fucking balling games.
you
for
could argue
sure.
it's more fun than the regular season, but the regular
Correct.
season we got to tell you about what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right. I
But
love
we're
the
gonna get
games.
some
I miss
games
the games.
going. I miss the games too. We're gonna get some games going. We're gonna talk about free agent stuff. We're gonna make a bunch of predictions that are all
Mhm.
gonna be wrong.
It's also
Right.
historically when we get our guests on the show as well, which if you guys are newer to the show, we've had Jess Kleinschmidt, formerly of NBC Sports, out in the Bay Area, repping the Oakland A's. We've had Xavier Scruggs, who's doing big things in the MLB podcasting world. We've had Ty's boy Mark Goon on here too, talking some baseball with us. So
man,
keep your eyes peeled for that. See what we can come up with some guests for you guys for this offseason too.
beautiful. You love to see it, boys. I will talk to you guys here shortly. Listeners, we will talk to you guys here in about 4 weeks. Have a great time. Have a great Thanksgiving, dude. I tell you what, go out there, eat some food skis, and we will be back with you in about 4 weeks. See ya.
Love y'all.